Good morning. Does anybody ever get any downloads at night time? You see, I read so much and then I ask questions before I go to sleep. And then I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll get download, like answers. Does that happen to you? Now, I had two things last night and I forgot, I didn't stop to write them down, but then I did for the third one because I always think, oh, I'm going to remember them. My goodness, when you get that, just wake up there and write them down now because you never remember them. It's like, it's a download for you to do something different. And then you think, oh, what the heck, I'll remember that in the morning. And then you don't. So there's my lesson learned this morning. So I have remembered some things. I literally get my phone out and I write them down. So one of the things is just like, it's following on from yesterday that unless you do critical thinking, so we tend to just take on board what we're told. Like what we're told in school is right. What we're told by our parents is right. What we're told by our corporate is right. No, it's not. Yeah. It's for you to do some thinking and go, what is my truth? Yeah. So unless you do critical thinking, you're not educated at all. You're just regurgitating what somebody has told you, what you read in a book. And this is a chance for you to really understand your own thinking. And, the difference between learning and transformation, like transformation is when you change from the inside. When you learn something, you just forget it, don't you? You learn it for a bit and then you forget it. Unless hopefully you're a brain surgeon or a solicitor who's trying to get us out of trouble, then you want them to know it. But they're dealing with that work every single day, so that's why they remember it. But most of us, like I don't know what qualifications you've done before in the past, but I was speaking to somebody yesterday who's doing their masters, and he was asking me about what did I do in my in the finance? Did I remember something? And I went, do I heck? And what the heck did I need to know that for anyway? If I don't need to know it today, then I don't need to know it. When I need to know it, I'll know it. Isn't that a beautiful place to be in? It's like, I need to know what I need to know when I need to know it, rather than trying to have to remember everything in one go. And aren't these phones, like if we didn't have Google, like where would we be? We're being taught skills from 1970s to regurgitate, remember, when we don't need to, when it's all in here. We think children these days, they don't know how to add up. Well, who cares? This is about life and about getting through life with your truth and following your passion. So here's a little story. There was this little girl called Gillian, and she was such a fidget and she would never sit still. And, the parents were trying to control her. She was, in school, she was like, oh, she won't sit still and she's always doing this, that, and the other, and we can't get her to learn. So the parents thought there was something wrong with her. So they brought her to a doctor. And when she's sitting there, she was always told then to sit on her hands so that she wouldn't move. So she sat there with her hands under and basically shaking. And so, what the doctor, I mean, thank goodness for this. This is just amazing. So the doctor said to the parents, let's just go outside for a moment and can we put some music on for this, for Gillian, while she's sitting there? So they put on some music and they went outside. They went right outside the building and looked inside the window. And that little girl was dancing on the chairs, dancing on the table, dancing around the room, and just in her spirit, just absolutely dancing. And so the doctor said, there is nothing wrong with your child. She's a dancer. She wants to dance. And so, what is it that you want to do? What is it that you're thinking, well, we should sit still and we should do this? We have to move to think. And so she's dancing around everything. Now, what happened was they took her to the School of Ballet, and she said that as soon as she walked in there, she went, oh my goodness, people just like me. She knew it as soon as she got in the door that she was with the people that she wanted to be around, people just like her. And so the story goes on, and she ended up being very famous and working with Andrew Lloyd Webber and choreographing music shows like Cats, and is a multimillionaire now. But there was obviously something wrong with her as a child because she couldn't sit still. Like, isn't that an amazing story? Are you following your passion? The other story is that, so not only do I work with Bob Proctor, but I'm also a Gallup certified strength coach. So what I do there is look at people's strengths. And so part of the Thinking into Results program, when people get stuck, then I'll do their strengths because first of all, I want people to learn about their heart and to come from their heart, but then our brain, we get involved too much in that. And when I did this guy's strengths last night, you know, it was just such a miracle. Like 5 words, just 5 words, that we were able to unlock him. And when he saw, and when I saw his magic, because these 5 words tend to be your paradigms, and you either overuse them or underuse them. And we could see exactly where he was stuck. But you know what we could also see? His beauty and his gift to the world. Oh my goodness. I sat there like in awe myself and just going, do you realize the gift that you have here? But you're fighting it because other people are trying to keep you in a box. Oh my goodness, that was just so an enlightening moment for me as well. I was just going, you're being, yeah, being kept in a box, and that's where the frustration came from. And then your paradigms in the outside world, which is your programming, will bring you circumstances to show you what's going on inside, but you think it's the circumstances outside that are causing the problem. It's not. It's what's going on inside you that you're sending out a vibration to the world. So what box are you in? Are you feeling frustrated right now? Are you wondering why you don't get on in life? Are you wondering what is your passion? What would you do? Like, have a conversation with me, for goodness sake, and I can help unlock you. Even in a 20-minute call, we could do something different. But other than that, there's the paradigm shift this weekend with Bob. The link is up there. Flipping just click on it and listen to Bob's video. It's 4 minutes long, and maybe he can shift you even just in that video, for goodness sake. Just watch it. But we're here to live our purpose and live our passion and have joy and live your best life yet. Are you doing that? And don't think, oh, well, I will do next week. I will do next month. I'll look at this next year. Oh, I've got my plans. But then they're 5 years, 10 years away. Don't do that. Life's here. Life's now. Are you the Gillian sitting with your hands underneath, shaking, wondering what the world has to offer? Because you'll just turn around one day and you'll be 90 and you'll go, yeah, what's the world got to offer? There's so many people who have died with the music still in their soul. Do you know that's why I changed my name? My name is Kantar, and Kantar means to sing and to perform. And what I wanted to do was to help other people pull the music out of their soul so that you could live your best life. And what I realized was that I wasn't doing that myself. And the more that I do and the more that I live with my passion, the more things happen and the more peace I have, the more freedom I have, and the more order then that comes to my life. So the other thing about, the corporate and everything, again, it is, there's opportunities out there that are not in a box, but you look at them and you go, that's illogical. That's exactly right. Stop following logic and do the illogical, because that's where the change is. That's where transformation is. So here's the thing I learned. I had all these qualifications, yeah, and I had been learning and learning, and I was enjoying the learning, but I was piling on learning on top of bad programming. Yeah, well, not bad programming, there's nothing bad, but I had stuff to learn that I was ignoring. Like, my number one strength is positivity, so I would ignore everything that wasn't positive. So there's opportunities out there that you can transform into. But I was like in my logic, and so I was happy and joyful, but I had a leaky boat, and finances and different things were just leaking through that. So now we've always probably still got a leaking boat. We're never going to get it right. Listen, we're all, just because you become more enlightened and more aware and more knowledgeable doesn't mean that you're not going to go through things. It just means that you can see you expand just that little bit bigger and don't get so reactive to things. You're not reacting because you're in a small world like this, but you expand to be like this, where you just see the whole picture. Not all the time, not all the time. Even Bob Proctor will say that at 86, that he's just scratching the surface. And of course he gets angry. Of course he gets upset. But we have a way of just sort of being able to step back and look and go, okay, what is this, rather than blaming the outside world. So transformation can be a bit painful. You've got to go through a bit of a journey. And don't we just like go there and go, oh, well, that must be wrong. And we step back and we hide into comfort. That's keeping you where you are. Get uncomfortable. Yeah? Even paying maybe for the paradigm shift this weekend is uncomfortable. Tough. Do it. Otherwise, how are you going to change? Yeah? If you pay for something, you're going to pay attention. If we keep listening to free stuff, you're not really paying attention. I know that I could tell you everything I know, and you will be enlightened for the day. Next week, you'll have forgotten what I say. Yeah? You can listen to all Bob Proctor's free material on YouTube. Next month, gone. When you pay attention. When you not just paying financially, but you pay with your time, and you pay with changing and willing to walk through what we call a terror barrier, which is honestly, it's like a chemical interaction in your body. When people want to pay for the program Thinking into Results with Bob Proctor, they go through a terror barrier. Yeah, because you're just like going to invest quite a bit of money. And you're like, oh my God. And I go, great. That's the first terror barrier we're going to go through. When you leave your job to start something that has no definite salary, you're going to feel uncomfortable. But you know what? That's living. Yeah? Being comfortable in your box isn't living. That's just being comfortable in a box. Do you want to get to 90 and go, oh, great, I lived so comfortably and didn't change anything in my whole life? Or do you want to go, you know what? I want to skid up to the gates of heaven, those pearly gates of heaven, probably with a glass of wine in my hands, and I want to go, yes, I lived. Look at all those mistakes I did. Look at all the learning I did. And look at all the people laughing at me on the way. I mean, I created havoc. I did something different, yeah? Or are you just going to go, oh, look at me. I played it safe. I played it so safe, but I didn't live my full life. That's your choice. Come on, guys. Let's do something different. Yeah? Have a look at Bob's video up there, and maybe he might be able to shake you and rattle you. And if you're already shaking and rattling yourself, then absolutely flipping awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So listen, got my Queen's Balance all ready for today. Have a good day, and yeah, have a great day. And may the rest of your life be the best of your life. See ya.